Hi YouTube, this is a video review of Halloween Kills, the latest installment from the franchise. It's comparably as big as the Marvel Universe, where they took out 12 films, well, more than 12 films, well, about that range. So I saw the film yesterday, and just gonna give my thoughts as a Halloween enthusiast. Well, the film started off with the flashbacks explaining what happened at the end of the first film. As with the 2018 version, we found Michael Myers stuck in the mental hospital, but we didn't know what happened. Because at the end of the very first film that came out, Dr. Loomis went and shot Michael 8 times in the body. So at the beginning of Halloween Kills, it shows the flashbacks what happened. That Michael ended up, walking around, escaping, quote unquote, and how the character Sheriff Hawkins, flashback of him younger. When I first saw the scene, I thought, oh my god, we're getting, maybe a scene that we've never seen before. And then when I saw the actor, I realized, oh, they added a completely new scene explaining what happened between then and that and the mistakes. So it was very interesting, a little bit discombobulating, and well, for people that don't follow it, I'm not sure if they understood what was going on. And so we get to the series of flashbacks, and then with Haddonfield, we get cameos, or not cameos, we get back the characters from the first film, like the young girl Lindsay, played by Kyle Richards, already grown up, and the effects, and the character Tommy, played by Anthony Michael Hall. I'll double check these facts, but then again, I'm not sure if he was the same if Tommy was played by him. I'm pretty sure it was a different character. And also we got a surprise return by Sheriff Brackett, now that the actor already older. It was interesting, but to be honest, I have mixed feelings about the movie, because it was we were showing a bit more about the town, what happened with the town, and it was really interesting. I think it lagged a little bit in terms of pace, and then we have the film Halloween Kills, it kind of pays homage to all the previous films that came before. But however, I kind of felt maybe it was a little bit of a cash grab, or it was just the extension of one long night. And of course, Jamie Lee Curtis spent most of the film in the hospital, which is understandable. I thought, I don't know, maybe they could have done it where she's in the hospital and then maybe we have a time jump forward. But however, that didn't happen. And the other bit which put me a little bit off was with some of the kills, they put a little bit of that comedic feel to it, which took away the seriousness of the 2018 version, where the kill happened with this black actress wearing the night robe, very reminiscent of Halloween 2, Halloween 1, where the old woman dies. And there was some of that humor there. It was funny, but then again, we're trying to be, that scare factor. That was what it was all about. So they changed completely the perspective, because all along main character Laurie Strode was thinking Michael's after her, and they turned the perspective that Michael wasn't about killing Laurie Strode. It was about him returning back to his house for some reason, and it just, I don't know, it just put it off that perspective. And the other part where I read in previous interviews that when they took out the 2018 version, they wanted to go back to the original concept that John Carpenter had, that figure of the shape. And they wanted to, I would have to go back to some of the interviews, that they wanted to make him feel a bit more human. But then again, that got all taken away, come on, when the character Lindsay, filled up the sack with the bricks and whacked him at least 3 different times in the head, while any normal person would have died, discollated, with a jaw torn apart and all that kind of palabra. So it was just it reverted back to him being something supernatural. So it was just okay, so what are they gonna do? The best scenes from the movie, what would I say the best scenes from the movie were? I just have mixed feelings about the movie. And also again, the other characters, the daughter of Laurie, I don't even remember her name, because her character was I think her name was Karen. I would have to look. That's how unmemorable her character was. That again, just But the other theme of the movie, which I heard Jamie Lee Curtis comment, was the movie was to look at the mob mentality, that how one idea can affect everybody, which was just a shame because originally when Michael escaped from the bus in the 2018 version, other mental patients escaped, which I found a little bit at the time idiotic, because like obviously this mental patient is shorter than Michael Myers in terms of stature, so it's just, you know, emphasizing the point that everybody just, you know, lost their rational thinking and was just all pursuing one guy, and unfortunately he met his timely death. The other part was like, you know, all these kills in Halloween was, you know, more gruesome, more extreme, and then I just find it funny that at the beginning of the scene that like the poor firefighters that were trying to like save who was ever in there, and when the firefighter fell into the basement where Michael was, you know, it was kind of a little bit funny, like, you know, they talk about Michael being mindless, but for him to have that capability to hide in the shed where all the guns were, and for him to open up the shed, pull down the chain, and then like proceed to like slaughter everybody. So at the end of the movie was like Laurie going on with some long monologue about like, you know, no matter how much, like, you can't kill him, basically, that the more he kills, the more he transcends into something, you know, evil. Well, apparently they're going to finalize the movie with Hollywood. I think Halloween Ends. That's what they're going to finalize it with. I'm not sure. Like, to be honest, I'm gonna see the last movie on the TV, on the streaming services or whatever, because I don't like, unless they finalize everything or make everything make sense. That, you know, that'd be great. And oh, the other part I forgot was the other character, Marion, like the doctor, the nurse that was in the original film. She met an untimely death. I just thought it was pointless for her to die. Like, you know, they just brought her in, and like literally the same thing that happened to her when she got almost strangled in the car, like, you know, it happened. And also the Sheriff Brackett, like, why? Bring him in for what? Just to end up killing him? Well, and also the end where Laurie's daughter ends up dying. Well, her character was, I didn't really care her character died. They made her character that, you know, unmemorable, that unlikable, and she ended up dying. I do feel sorry for the daughter, well, Laurie's granddaughter, that basically her dad, her mom ended up dying. So, and the worst part of all, like the law enforcement there, the guy there when ended up losing control, the sheriff ended up losing control, was just like, well, pointless. By the end of the movie, I was like, might as well bring the SWAT team, the army, machine gun. And one thing that they should, and the only thing left to do is really, if you want to end up ending him, is decapitate each part of his body, you know, separate every part of his body and then put it to different parts in the world, going something, you know, in terms of, if you want to go to the supernatural length. Well, I have mixed feelings. It was, if I had to give it like a rating out of 5, I would give it a 3.5 out of 5. Well, I hope you could understand my ramblings. More of my videos will be reviews about stuff, documenting things that I'm learning, and well, anyway, peace out.